Hey, welcome to the channel and welcome to the article review. Today's article review is going to focus on 7 tips to help your budgeting and spending plan be easier on you every single month. Before we jump into the review, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. Help the channel grow. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy another article review from the Next Chapter team. First tip, find a system that works for you. And what they're calling out here is understanding that you need to have a system that works for you. That can be a paper ledger, that can be application, that can even be Excel spreadsheet or like Google Sheets. Anything that works for you. A system that works for you, you'll know it works for you when it takes you like 15, maybe 20 minutes to redo your spending plan or budget a month. If it takes a whole lot more than that, it better be because there's a whole lot of changes coming up, like big events. But if not, if it's a normal, easy peasy month, no birthdays, no holidays, any of that stuff, it should be like 15 minutes. And if it does take longer, it's because you probably have a system that's too complex for you. So the simpler the system that works for you, that gives you the clear transparency of what's happening or what you need to happen in your budget is, or your spending plan, is the best system for you. Now this is really user's preference right there. The number 2 tip is get inspired. And what does that really mean? Your budget should inspire you. Your budget should be goal oriented. Your budget should be saying, I'm going to save this percentage per month, or I'm going to pay off this percentage of debt, or maybe you're doing a combo of both. But overall, that budget has got to speak to your life goals, your current life goals, and answer a big, clear why. Why am I running my financial life this way? Your budget, your spending plan should really connect with that big time. The number 3 is have an accountability partner. The accountability partner is someone basically who has shared similar goals as you, whether it be getting out of debt, or investing, or saving for retirement, or saving for a big purchase, or trying to pay for that big, beautiful trip in cash. Whatever it may be, your accountability partner is going to help nudge you along or keep you accountable when you are not feeling so much up to doing said goal, right? So your accountability partner is going to encourage you, supporter. They're going to hold you, hug you, and love you, and sometimes push you to do the right thing. Number 4 tip, avoiding lifestyle creep. So watching that lifestyle creep, just because you got a bonus of 15% shouldn't mean you should be spending like 16%, or overspending what you just received. Or if you just got a raise of 10-15%, you know what? Maybe it's best to enjoy 1 or 2% of it, but then the rest save, or the rest pay down a debt, and then start using that for saving to snowball your investment game. But overall, monitoring that lifestyle creep. You cannot just keep letting expenses and lifestyle spending creep up and up and up and up. Why? Because then you're not going to make progress on the things that matter for you in the long run. What matters for you in the long run would be like building up a good emergency fund, or building up investment accounts, and building up retirement accounts, right? All of these things play a big factor in your overall big financial picture. So I like this one, monitoring that lifestyle creep. Number 5 tip is make sure you keep that savings in a good spot. A lot of people find it best to have a savings in a different bank account, sometimes even a different bank. So you have bank 1 to do your day-to-day operating expenses, and then bank 2 where you have a high yield savings account where you're socking away your savings, whether it be savings for a big purchase, or savings for a tax bill, or just your emergency fund savings. Having a high yield savings that's inaccessible stops you from spending it for day-to-day activities. So I like this tip as well. The number 6 tip is actually pretty easy if you're doing all the other items before this, is actually pay attention to how you're spending and pay attention to how you're savings. If you're doing a good spending plan or a good budget, and you're watching, you're saying, I'm going to spend, say, $250 on entertainment this month, and you only spent $245, then hey, that's a W. But if you didn't, and you like blew it and did like 600, like wow, like you got to really fine tune. By paying attention to these things, it'll help you fine tune and make the right adjustments to keep it realistic and help you achieve your goals. Now, when we flip it here, we're going to talk about savings. If you're targeting to do only $500 a month and you're not hitting it so consistently, look at the big picture. Do a self-audit. Say, what is stopping me from reaching my 500? You have 500 for a reason. That's $6,000 a year. There's a reason why you chose that number. Maybe it's because you wanted to start getting closer and closer to maxing out that individual retirement account or an IRA. And 6,000 is almost 7,000, right? But really, being intentional by paying attention to your spending and your savings and fine tuning it so you could really take pride in your month-to-month results is paramount to helping you get that long-term financial success. So I really like this one as well. The number 7 tip is as follows. You have to be patient about this and reward yourself along the way. When we coach people directly, I tell them a lot of times, the first 30 to 90 days of doing a spending plan and budgeting can be uncomfortable, but you have to be patient. Keep fine-tuning it. Figure out where your errors are. Keep fine-tuning and adjusting. It becomes easier. Give yourself a reward. As you reach an objective, give yourself a reward. Little rewards along the way will really help you over the long term achieve those big financial goals. Hope you enjoyed the article review. More to come. Quick recap, 7 tips to help you make budgeting and spending plan easier. 1, find a system that works for you. You know that system that works for you is good when it takes you 15 to 30 minutes to do on a monthly basis. 2, get inspired. Know your why. Make sure your why, your purpose, your goal is tied into your spending plan or budget. Number 3, find an accountability partner. So that's someone who's going to help you along the way and keep you in check. Number 4, monitor that lifestyle creep. Every time you get a raise doesn't mean you need to spend it all. Number 5, keep your savings out of sight. A good tip here, keep it in a separate account, sometimes even in a separate bank. Number 6, pay attention to how you're spending and saving. Make sure you understand how it makes you feel. Gain that some emotional control in your finances is huge. Number 7, be patient. This is a long-term game. 30, 60, 90 days takes you to get really used to this. And after that, it becomes easy. It becomes a habit. It's a killer habit. Hope you enjoyed the review. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give us a quick thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm show this to others. Also, if you're serious about hitting your financial goals, don't miss out on our free weekly newsletter. Head down to the description below, click the link, register to unlock some bonus tips and strategies we only share for our subscribers.